Okay. What do you call parathyroid gland as? Huh? Glanding gland. Parathyroid gland. Parathyroid gland, its main function is parathyroid gland's function. It maintains calcium level in human body, calcium level in teeth, bone, etc. Parathyroid gland. Then thymus gland, thymus, present in chest cavity, thymus, present in the chest cavity. It produces T cells. T cells means T lymphocytes. It produces T lymphocytes. T lymphocytes. Have you heard about T cells, B cells, T lymphocytes, lymphocyte type of WBC? Have you heard about WBC? Okay. Our blood consists of red blood cell RBC, white blood cell WBC, and platelets. The main function of white blood cell WBC is to protect us from diseases. Immune response is due to WBC. Our immunity is due to white blood cell. Lymphocyte is a part of WBC, kind of WBC. There are so many types of blood cells. Among them, lymphocyte is one among them. T cells are produced by thymus gland. It is only active in children. Only active in children. So now in us, is it active or not? No, it is not active in us right now. It is only active in children. Why? When children come to this world, they encounter so many new virus, bacteria, microorganisms, right? They need more support, more care. When we were children, our parents took extra care of us, right? Right now, while coming here, they just say, "Had your breakfast? Okay, go." But when we were children, they used to say, if someone offers you lift, don't go. If someone gives you candies, don't take. If someone says, come, I will drop you to your home, don't go. Right? Extra care. Why? Because he didn't know who is a good person, who is not. Likewise, children, they are exposed to so many new varieties of microorganisms. That's why thymus gland is present and it produces T cells, T lymphocytes. Then we have adrenal gland, cap-like structure present on both of our kidneys, cap-like structure, adrenal, both in male and female, adrenal gland. Adrenal gland produces hormone called adrenaline or emergency hormone, emergency hormone or epinephrine, epinephrine. Adrenaline, also called as epinephrine, also called as emergency hormone. Emergency hormone. What is emergency hormone? Secreted during the time of emergency. Means when you step on the tail of a snake, you will feel scared and starts to run away. When you touch a hot object, you suddenly move your hand back. When you step on a nail, you suddenly remove your leg. You cry, you laugh, you are scared, you are excited. All these emotions are due to adrenaline. During that time, adrenaline is secreted. Adrenaline. Due to extreme shock, a person died. You might have heard. Due to extreme shock, sudden shock, he died. During that time, excess amount of adrenaline might have secreted. Adrenaline. It controls the emotions. Emergency hormone. During the time of emergency, the adrenaline is secreted. When you are moving in your bike in 150 plus kilometers, zigzag, fast, you feel the adrenaline rush. Adrenaline during that time, emergency situations, adrenaline is produced. Then pancreas, pancreas, it is called as mixed gland. Mixed gland. Why mixed gland? During the time of digestion, pancreas functions as exocrine gland. During the time of digestion, pancreas secretes pancreatic juice, which helps in digestion. Pancreatic juice chemical which helps in digestion. During that time, it acts as exocrine gland. Exocrine gland means which is having duct-like structure, right? Exocrine gland. But during the secretion of insulin, it acts as endocrine gland, ductless gland, endocrine gland. Pancreas is having many island-like structures called beta cells. Beta cells or islet of Langerhans. Islet of Langerhans. In a statement, they have asked earlier where exactly inside the pancreas insulin is produced. Where exactly inside the pancreas insulin is produced means inside the pancreas, in the islet of Langerhans, or we can call it as beta cells, the insulin is produced. Insulin is produced in the cells called beta cells or islet of Langerhans. Islet of Langerhans, S is silent, islet of Langerhans. The function of insulin is maintaining blood sugar level. Maintaining blood sugar level. Blood sugar level it will maintain. Glucose level it will maintain. Insulin, right? If the sugar level rises, the condition is called as diabetes. Diabetes, right? Then glucagon is also secreted here. Glucagon. The process is called as glycogenesis. Simply listen, glycogenesis. What happens? If the amount of glucose is more in blood, insulin convert that glucose into glycogen form. Temporary storage. Where it is stored? Liver, muscle. Okay. When you are fasting, the glycogen is required back in the form of glucose. The glycogen is converted back into the form of glucose with the help of a hormone called glucagon. Glucagon. Here glucagon helps. Insulin converts glucose into glycogen. Glucagon converts return glycogen to glucose. Okay. This process is glycogenesis. Glycogenesis. Then ovary, female reproductive hormone, estrogen, progesterone, male reproductive hormone, testosterone, right? Okay. Helps in reproduction. Female reproductive hormone helps in reproduction as well as maintaining the menstrual cycle. Okay. We have discussed the functions of all the glands, what they will do. Now let us see what if they don't function properly. What if they don't function properly? What happens? If pituitary gland, function of pituitary gland is, what is it called as? Master control gland. Secretes growth hormone, right? Controls growth, right? In children, if growth hormone is secreted more. If growth hormone is secreted more, then gigantism occurs. Gigantism. If growth hormone is secreted less, then dwarfism. Dwarfism. Secreted more means gigantism. Secreted less means dwarfism in children. Gigantism and dwarfism. Like in adults, there is a special condition in adults. If growth hormone is secreted more, if secreted more in adults, the condition is called as acromegaly. You might have seen few of your friends, rare cases, not each and every friend of yours. What might happen till the age of 14, 15, 16, the growth is normal. Okay, till the age of 14, 15, 16. From the age of 15, 16 to 18, 20, rapid growth happens. Rapid growth. Rapid growth means the jaw size increases, the bone size increases. Generally, if you stand, your hand should come to this part, 3/4 part of your thigh. For a person suffering from acromegaly, the hand will be till here. Bone length increases, jaw length increases, height increases. That condition is called as acromegaly. Acromegaly. Adults, in adults, acromegaly. In adults, if it is secreted less, no issues. They are already grown up. No such condition is there. In children, growth hormone secreted more means gigantism, less means dwarfism. In adults, secreted more means acromegaly. Acromegaly. Then hypothalamus. Hypothalamus. What it is called as hypothalamus. Master of the master gland, right? Master of the master gland. It controls the functioning of pituitary gland, hypothalamus. Main function of hypothalamus is controls the body temperature, controls thirst, control urination, right? There is a condition called as diabetes insipidus. Diabetes insipidus. Diabetes insipidus. This is not related to normal diabetes, which we generally talk, sugar, diabetes. This is not that disease. This is a different disease. Diabetes insipidus. Diabetes insipidus is also called as water diuresis. Water diuresis. Water diuresis. Diabetes insipidus. That means you feel extremely thirsty, not normal thirsty, extremely thirsty. You drink more amount of water, huge amount of water, then more amount of urine is produced. That condition is called as diabetes insipidus. This is a very rare condition, very rare condition. Okay, you drink more water, more urine is produced. That's all, no other issues. Water diuresis or diabetes insipidus, rare disease, rare disorder. What is the diabetes that we generally talk related to pancreas? Diabetes mellitus. The sugar which we generally talk, that is diabetes mellitus, where the insulin fails to control the level of glucose in blood. Insulin fails to control the glucose level in human blood. So amount of glucose, blood sugar level increases, that is diabetes mellitus. Blood sugar level raises, diabetes mellitus. Sugar level increases, diabetes mellitus. Thyroid gland secretes which hormone? Thyroid gland Thyroxine. Thyroxine. It secretes thyroxine. Thyroxine. Thyroid gland. Okay. If thyroxine secreted is less, the condition is called as thyroxine secreted. Less secretion. The condition is called as hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism. What happens? The thyroxine function is controlling rate of calorie burnt. How much amount of calorie should be burnt? Hypothyroidism means less amount of thyroxine is secreted. Means it cannot burn calories now. Then what happens? The calories are accumulated. The weight of the person will increase, right? Person will become fat, obese, hypothyroidism. If a person is suffering from hypothyroidism, generally, if you hear conversation between two aunties talking about thyroid, they generally speak like, I got dapago thyroid, I got sannago thyroid. Like that, they will speak. The hypothyroidism means person will become fat because less thyroxine is secreted, calorie will not be burnt. Then, if there is a more secretion, the condition is called as hyperthyroidism. 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 The person will become lean, slim. Why? More calories are burnt. More calories are burnt. The condition is called as hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism. The person becomes lean, slim. Hypothyroidism. The person becomes fat, obese. Okay. Let's discuss the basics of human reproduction. Because when we study about biotechnology, we should be knowing few basics. Means, do you know how transgenders are made born? Transgender. You know transgenders. Transgender. ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? Have you seen last season Big Boss? Big Boss. Kannada Big Boss. Neetu. Then Mangamma and Jogati. Mangamma, Manjamma. Manjamma. Huh? Kalpana movie. Have you seen Nano Avanala Avadu by Sanchari Vijay movie? Okay, it's okay. In the traffic signals, they used to come and collect money, right? Transgender. How transgenders are made? Very good. Only due to hormonal change. Just imagine what effect a hormone change can cause to a person, right? There are varieties of n numbers of hormones present in our body. Hormone change can cause pimples. Hormone change can cause overgrowth of hair. Hormone change can cause infertility. Hormone change can cause gender change. Hormone change can cause anything, various things, right? Hormones are that important. That should be maintained. Okay. Okay, see, during the time of there are two types of cell division. One is mitosis, another is meiosis. Mitosis means how many chromosomes do we have? Hmm? 23 pair. 2 is that is X chromosome, XY, XX, that is 23 pair of chromosomes we have. Total 46 chromosomes. Male XY chromosome, female XX chromosome, right? Here, male reproductive part, male reproductive system. The important endocrine gland is testis. How many testes will be there? Two. Even with a single testis, a person can reproduce. Two testes will be there. In the testis, what will be produced? Sperm cell. Sperm cells are produced. Sperm cells. Sperm cells are produced in the testis and are stored here. On the testis, there is a sac-like structure called as epididymis. The sac is called as epididymis. It is stored here, the sperm cells. Later, the sperm cells travel through a pipe-like structure, tube-like structure called vas deferens. No need to worry. Vas deferens, pipe-like structure. Later, very important thing. For the sperm to survive, for the sperm to travel, it need to travel through the female reproductive organ and reach egg, right? To reproduce, it should reach the egg. So a medium is required. Liquid medium is required. That is semen. Semen is secreted by seminal vesicles and the prostate gland. Very much important. The gland present here. Prostate gland. In an examination, they have mentioned a statement called prostate gland is present in male or female. They have asked. Prostate gland is present. Prostate gland produces semen. Okay. Along with seminal vesicles, it produces liquid semen. Prostate gland is present only in male. Only in male, not in female. Prostate gland. Okay. Prostate gland present only in male. Sperm cells produced in the testis, stored in the epididymis, travel through the tube vas deferens in the prostate gland. Sperm cells are added with the liquid fluid called as semen. Later, during the sexual intercourse, it moves out through the penis. Why? See, each and every important parts of our body are safely placed inside many cavities of our body. Our eyes are placed inside a socket supported by skull. Safety is there. Our heart, lungs supported by ribs, right? But testis is placed outside in a sac-like structure called as scrotum. Testis present outside in a sac-like structure called as scrotum, right? Why? Because very much important. You need to know. For sperm cell to produce, the temperature should be less than the body temperature. Human body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. For sperm cell to produce, at least 2 degree Celsius temperature less should be required. At least 35 degrees Celsius for proper production of sperm cells. That is the reason. The testis is present outside the abdominal cavity. In female, ovary is present inside the abdominal cavity. But in male, testis is present outside the abdominal cavity. Reason? For the production of sperm cell, it requires low temperature. For the production of sperm, it requires low temperature, minimum 2 degree, less temperature. Male reproductive male reproductive hormone is which one? Male reproductive hormone, testosterone. See, in male, when a person reaches the age of puberty, 14, 15, etc., the sperm cell starts to produce. In the children, sperm cells will not be produced. Okay. Once he reaches the stage of puberty, it starts to produce. But in female, when the female child is born, when the female child is born, thousands of immature eggs will be already present in both the ovaries. Imagine ovaries are like a sack, chila, consisting of many apples, right? Likewise, each ovary will be having hundreds of thousands of egg, right? Once the menstruation starts during the time of puberty, menstrual cycle starts in female, right? Every month, every month from either of the ovaries, from any one of the ovary, one egg is released from the bunch of many eggs. Only one egg is released. Very important. But in human, but in male, millions of sperm cells are trillions of sperm cells are produced, millions of sperm cells in every intercourse ejaculation. Thousand millions of sperm cells are released. But here what happens? Only one egg is released from either of the ovaries. The egg will be waiting in the fallopian tube. The egg will be waiting in the fallopian tube for only 2 days, 48 hours. Generally, the menstrual period will be around 26, 28, 30 days, right? The gap, 28 days, for example. In the 28-day gap, egg will be released. Egg will be released on one fine day, generally between 9th day to 15th, 20th day. Okay, 10th to 50th day, for example. And the released egg will stay for only 2 days. Only 2 days. If the sexual intercourse happens in those 2 days, then only she will conceive. Otherwise, she will not. Right? If the intercourse happens many days before, the sperm will wait for 6 to 8 days. Sperm cell will wait, but the egg will be having a lifespan of only 2 days, 48 hours. If the sperm enters from the vaginal passage, cervix, then myometrium, perimetrium, endometrium, this is the muscles which helps in contraction and relaxation. It does contraction and relaxation. It helps in the delivery of the baby. Like the snake contracts and relaxes to take in the prey, right? Likewise, the baby is pushed out with the help of this muscles movement. This muscles movement. Later, what happens? This is uterus, garbhakosha, uterus. This is what happens in the fallopian tube. In the fallopian tube, the egg is waiting for the sperm cell to come. The sperm cell enters, travels to both the sides, and one lucky sperm comes and attaches to the egg. Here, fertilization happens. Where the fertilization happened means in the fallopian tube, not in the uterus, not in the vaginal passage, where in the fallopian tube. Once the fertilization happened, what happens? The fertilized egg and sperm cell comes to the uterus and attaches to the lining of the uterus. It gets attached to the lining of the uterus. There it starts to grow. There it starts to grow as an embryo. Okay. Here what happens? See, menstrual cycle. Every month, female body prepares itself to get conceived. Right, right. Every month, what happens? The inner lining of the uterus will be made like a soft, spongy layer from blood and mucus. Soft, spongy layer is formed from blood and other cells. to accommodate the growth of child. The layer is formed. It waits for a month for fertilization to happen. If it fails, what happens? The layer is detached in the form of blood and mucus, that is menstrual cycle. The layer formed inside the uterus is detached. That's why in recent days, many doctors suggest to have a baby in the early 30s or before 30s. Why? Because there are fixed a number of eggs in a female. Every month, one egg is gone. If fertilization not happens, the remaining number of eggs will be reducing, right? So that one find when whole sac or ovary is empty, no eggs are present, then the menstruation will stop, right? Here, the layer is formed, the embryo is present here, then it will be filled with a special fluid called as amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid. Many times you might have heard that delivery got delayed, baby drank some water, right? This is the water, amniotic fluid, present inside that uterus sac. Uterus sac. The uterus sac is called as amniotic sac. Amniotic sac. Child grows by getting all the nutrients from the mother. The child grows by getting all the nutrients from the mother with the help of this umbilical cord. Umbilical cord. Child gets all the nutrients and all the waste produced from the child cell is also moved out with the help of umbilical cord. During the time of delivery, the umbilical cord is cut, right? Umbilical cord. Amniotic fluid. Listen, little bit important. See, sex determination is illegal in India, banned in India, right? Means finding out the sex of the baby before birth, finding out the gender of the baby, right? Gender determination is banned. How can it be done? Gender determination. How can the gender of the baby be found? Normal scanning, ultrasound scanning. By the ultrasound scanning, the gender of the baby can be found. And there is a special test called amniocentesis. In an examination, they have asked regarding this amniocentesis. Amniocentesis means injecting a syringe into this pouch sac inside which embryo is present, injecting a cylinder and taking out that fluid. Taking out that fluid to test. To test what? To test if if in any case the child is having any genetic disorder. To test for any genetic disorder, amniocentesis is done. To find out any fetal abnormalities, genetic diseases that can be detected with the help of amniocentesis. Generally, what happens if the mother's womb is filled with normal amount of water and there is no genetical issues in both mother's and father's side, doctor will not suggest for this test. If the amount of liquid present inside the womb is more, then doctor will suggest to take this test for safer side. If there is any genetical diseases history in both the sides, like any abnormal child birth in both the sides, then doctor will definitely suggest this amniocentesis. The fluid is taken out, tested to detect what? Fetal abnormality, to detect genetic disease. Amniocentesis is a test. With this test, with amniocentesis, gender of the baby can also be revealed, but that is not the main agenda. The main agenda of this test is to detect what? Genetic disorder. Genetic disease, genetic disease. Let us discuss from some genetic diseases. Genetics means, heredity means from generation to generation, which we are getting as a gift. Traits transferred from father, mother, or other lineage, right? Genetic diseases comes from birth. Yes, comes from birth. Genetic diseases. Thalassemia. Disease. Thalassemia. Have you heard? No. Rare disease. Very rare disease. Do you know the program called Shark Tank? Shark Tank. Shark Tank होता है. Okay. A family went to a program called Shark Tank where they will pitch their business idea. Different big entrepreneurs in investors will be sitting. Okay, I am a entrepreneur. I'll just enter and I'll pitch my idea. I'm planning to start a new coaching institute. It will earn so much money, etc., etc. You will invest in my idea. Okay, that is the idea of that program. What happened? A family came. A child in that family was suffering from thalassemia. Thalassemia, for that disease to be cured, they require 2 crores. Crore, just imagine. What kind of disease is that? That is a genetic disease. Genetic disease means comes through heredity, genetics. By birth it came. Thalassemia is a condition where natural capacity to produce natural capacity to produce hemoglobin is reduced. Natural capacity to produce hemoglobin is reduced. For example, in your home, your mother cooks, right? You need 3 chapati for breakfast. If she says from tomorrow, I can only make 1 chapati, what will happen? You will not be satisfied. You will still be hungry. You will feel little dizzy, right? Likewise, here also, this much amount of hemoglobin is required, but the body can only produce this much. Then there is a scarcity, deficiency, right? What happens if there is a scarcity or deficiency of hemoglobin? What is the function of hemoglobin? Oxygen carrier. Hemoglobin, oxygen carrier. It carries oxygen to each and every cell of our body. Hemoglobin is a coloring pigment. Hemoglobin gives red color to our blood. Hemoglobin is present inside red blood cell. Okay. Generally, women speak about I have recently taken a blood test. Doctor told that I have less blood. I don't have blood. See, by pinching, it's white. I don't have blood. Generally, they speak, right? Less amount of blood generally related to less amount of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin content will be less. If hemoglobin content in your body is less, means you always feel tired, you always feel sleepy, you always feel dizzy. Why? Oxygen is not supplied properly to each and every part of your body. That is the issue. In this child, what happened? This problem is there. Hemoglobin is not produced in the required quantity. The condition is called as thalassemia. The disease is called as thalassemia. Now, what can be done? What can be done? One thing, regularly she should get blood transfusion. Every week or so, she need new blood. because she cannot produce. She need new blood regularly. Otherwise, with the help of medicine, she cannot be cured. It is not possible to cure genetic diseases by medicine or treatment. It can only be cured with the help of gene therapy, gene editing, gene treatment. What is gene treatment? The faulty gene is removed. The faulty gene is removed, functional gene is attached. This is gene therapy. See, just imagine the size of our cell is in microscale, 10 power minus 6 meter, 1 meter, 10 lakh parts, one small part is 1 micro. Inside the cell, nucleus is there. Inside the nucleus, chromosome is there. Inside the chromosome, DNA is there. Inside the DNA, gene is there. We should edit that gene. That is a very risky, complex task, right? That's why it costs more. 2 crore for gene editing. There was only hope. Within the age of 7, she was 4 5 by that time they went to that program. Within the age of 7, she should get that treatment, otherwise she will die for sure. That is the problem. Genetic disease, thalassemia. Thalassemia means natural capacity to produce hemoglobin is reduced. Thalassemia. Then there is a other condition called hemophilia. 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 Hemophilia means what happens if you get a cut, wound, the blood flows out. After some time, it will automatically clot. You will just try to press it to avoid more blood loss, or you will add some turmeric, etc., to avoid blood loss, right? To make it clot faster. Otherwise, also it will clot. Blood will clot, right? Hemophilia is a condition, genetic disease. Hemophilia is a genetic disease where a person suffering from hemophilia, if he gets any cut or wound, the blood will not clot. The blood will not clot. This is a rare condition. Rare condition. If he meets with an accident, he meets with any accident, the blood continuously flows out and he will die. Blood will not clot. That condition is hemophilia. He should be carrying always a extra coagulant with him, powder like material. If there is an wound, you should pour it. Otherwise, the blood will continuously flow. That kind of condition, just imagine. Hemophilia. Hemophilia. A rare disease. Actually, in Britain's royal family, this disease is there. That's why hemophilia is also called as royal disease, because it is present in that royal family. Royal disease, hemophilia. Then next disease, sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia. Do you know the shape of a red blood cell? Hmm? Kind of, yes. Shape of red blood cell. Biconcave shape. From the front, it feels like this. The inner part is little curved inwards. Biconcave shape, red blood cell, RBC. See, This is the shape of RBC, red blood cell. Edges are bulged, inner part is curved inwards, like a big crust pizza. Crust will be bulged out. The inner part is curved inwards, likewise. A red blood cell, RBC, red blood cell, biconcave shape, due to abnormal hemoglobin, due to abnormal hemoglobin, abnormal hemoglobin, due to abnormal hemoglobin, RBC shape changes into RBC shape changes into sickle shape. This condition is called as sickle cell anemia. Sickle andra ಕುಡುಗೋಲ್ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ಕುಡ್ಲು, sickle. This is sickle shape. Sickle will be like this. This will be the handle. This is the cutting part, sickle. Sickle cell anemia, the RBC shape is converted into the shape of sickle. Those sickle shaped red blood cells are non-functional. They are not functional. Means the amount of red blood cells, functional red blood cells in our body is reduced. This is also a kind of anemia. The person will feel dizzy, nausea, sleepiness, tiredness. If it increases, the person will die also. Sickle cell anemia, very rare genetic disease. What happens if a person gets this disease? Only solution, he should get a regular blood transfusion. Regularly he should get one thing. Otherwise, gene editing. No other medicine injection will treat him. Nothing can treat him. Genetic disease. Sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia, due to abnormal hemoglobin. Okay, sickle cell anemia. Then we have, how many chromosomes a healthy human being have? How many chromosomes a healthy human being have? 23 pair of chromosomes, 46 chromosomes we all have, right? Male, female, 46 chromosomes we have. There are few genetic disorders, few genetic diseases where the number of chromosomes are varied. It increased or decreased. The condition, let's see. Important. Down's syndrome. Down's syndrome, discovered by Down. His name is Down. Down's syndrome. Down's syndrome symptoms are, it comes to both male and female, by birth only. By birth. Eyes are slanted upward. Eyes slanted upward. Muscle tone weak. Muscle quality, muscle tone are weak. Irregular heartbeat. Height, lesser height, dwarfism, shorter in stature. Then mental disability. Main thing, mental disability. The mentally disabled child, Down's syndrome, one of the reasons, Down's syndrome. He will be having 46 plus one extra chromosome, 47 chromosomes. In the 21st pair, one extra chromosome is copied. One extra chromosome is copied. So 47 chromosomes irutte. See, there are 23 pairs, right? First pair 2 chromosomes, second pair 2 chromosomes, third pair. Like this, 23 pairs are there, right? In 21st pair only, In 21st pair only, one extra chromosome is copied. The condition is called as Down's syndrome. Down's syndrome is also called as 21st trisomy. 21st trisomy. Trisomy means 3 chromosomes in the 21st pair. Total number of chromosomes, how much? 47. 47 chromosomes are there. 21st trisomy. And the person affected by Down's syndrome looks like person from Mongolia person, Chinese person, Mongolia, above China, right? So this is also called as Mongolism. Mongolism. Down's syndrome, also called as Mongolism, affects both male and female. Affects both male and female. Down's syndrome. Down's syndrome. Genetic disease, hereditary disease. This cannot be cured even with gene therapy. Even with gene therapy, this cannot be cured. There is no cure. Even though you spend crores and crores of rupees, this cannot be cured. Down syndrome. Then Turner's syndrome. Turner's syndrome. Only found in female. Only in female. Turner's syndrome. This is also called as monosomy. Mono means one, single, right? 46 minus 1, one chromosome is absent. Total number of chromosomes present here are 45. 45 chromosomes. This is also called as X0. Sex chromosome in female is XX, right? One X is absent. That's why X0. 45 chromosomes are present. Symptoms are she will be lean. Then during the time of puberty, there are so many changes happens, right? Mammary gland enlarges, pelvis bone enlarges for the proper delivery of the baby, right? All these things are not seen here. No mammary gland enlargement, no pelvis bone enlargement, and a very important thing, infertility. There is no mental disability. There is no mental disability. She will be normal, but menstrual cycle will not start. Menstruation will not start. Even if they reach the age of 25, 30, 40, anything, menstruation will not start. Very rare condition. Very rare condition. Turner's syndrome. Only in female. Turner's syndrome. Similarly, there is a condition only in male. Only in male. Klinefelter syndrome. Klinefelter's syndrome. One extra chromosome is copied. Trisomy. Trisomy. Extra chromosome is copied. Total number of chromosomes 47. Total number of chromosomes 47. What will happen? Infertility. Infertility. Klinefelter syndrome. The changes during the time of puberty will not be seen. Sperm cells will not be produced properly. Sperm cells will not be produced. Infertility is seen. Klinefelter syndrome. Trisomy. Klinefelter syndrome. Okay. In next class, we'll discuss about on Monday probably. Tomorrow there is no class of mine. On Monday we'll discuss blood and blood groups. Later we'll discuss diseases. Very, very important. Different types of diseases. Vector-borne disease, bacterial disease, viral disease. On disease, in preliminary examination, there will be a question. in one or two examinations. In one examination, there will be a question. So let's discuss on Monday's class. Thank you.